The latest trailer for Invincible Season 3, which is just around the corner, coming February 6th, has just dropped, and oh boy, this trailer excites me. Man, that sounded really unenthusiastic. I'm tired, okay? Now, I have watched this trailer already. In fact, I've already reacted to it numerous times. This video has taken me so many takes to record properly. But we're gonna do a little bit of a breakdown on this trailer, sort of go over the highlights and what to expect from Invincible Season 3. And I'm really excited to talk about it when it comes out because it's one of my favorite shows. And quite frankly, it's the only superhero media that's worth consuming right now, because we know Marvel and DC are both kind of in the shit. But this trailer has a very, very strong opening with Donald sort of giving us the rundown on just how much stronger Mark has become.
Over the last 90 days, Mark's speed has increased 65%, his endurance 70%, and his strength 138%.
That's a lot for 3 months. What was it? 68% speed? Or no, it was, I don't remember the stats, but it doesn't matter. But that is a lot. I know 138% increased strength in 90 days. That's nuts.
Fuck me! Way to make a fellow superhero feel inadequate.
Yes, sir. I love Rex. If there's one character I'm looking forward to seeing aside from Mark, it is Rexplode. No questions asked. He was so fantastic in Season 2. He was just a delight to watch in Season 2. Rex in general was sort of one of those characters where when I first watched the show, I was like, this dude's kind of an a-hole. But then he gets his butt kicked a couple of times, and then he goes through some stuff of his own, makes his own mistakes, and you really see him learn and grow, and I love Rex. He's great.
Leg day?
You feel like trying out those new muscles of yours?
Sir, we have intense geological events all over the country.
And here we see Mark sort of dealing with those lava monster things that Doc Seismic was messing around with, like at the tail end of Season 1, I think it was. And right here, at this point in the trailer...
You working with D.A. Sinclair? He turned people into monsters.
You don't waste people like that. You reform them. You kill them.
We see Mark questioning Cecil. Are you working with Sinclair? Yes, he is. We all know this. Understandably, Mark's a little bit upset about that because what Sinclair did was just ethically really messed up. He turned people, average, everyday people, into just super cyborg monster things. They were pretty gross. That whole episode was just icky. And Mark is probably especially pissed about finding this out because Sinclair turned his best friend's boyfriend into one of these cyborgs, and then his best friend's boyfriend tried himself in Season 2. I would be understandably pissed.
Langstrom Levy, should I lock you up too?
You know that was different.
Mark, we can be the good guys, or we can be the guys that save the world.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely against Cecil's point here on this one. I mean, sometimes to do the right thing, you have to not do the right thing. Or more accurately, sometimes to do the job the way it needs to be done, you gotta get your hands dirty. And that's one element of Invincible I've always really liked, is the sort of more like, how would superheroes really act in these over-the-top crazy situations, and like, how would all of it, like a more realistic, gritty approach to the quote-unquote realism of superheroing. And I know that freaking sentence is a bit of a, what's the word for something that contradicts itself? I know it's a bit of an oxymoron saying the realism of superheroing. I know it's a bit of an oxymoron, but it is one of those elements of Invincible that is always just sort of just drew me into the show. Like, it's what got me into it. It was like, oh, wait a minute, it's not just a superhero show, it's about like how brutal and how terrible it could actually be. So I'm kind of with Cecil on this one when he's like, you know, we can be the guys that save the world, or we can be the good guys. Can't be both. Gotta get our hands a little bit dirty.
We can't be both.
And in this scene, we see Mark stopping a rocket, which I'm hoping had no civilians on it. But I imagine this rocket was either a ploy by one of the villains, or maybe Cecil. You know, maybe Cecil was sending up that rocket for some sort of government-related reason, and Mark was stopping it because he was opposed to the plan. I have no idea.
Omni-Man is here!
And of course we have Oliver, who's going to be making some appearances in this season. Very excited to see Oliver's character growth. I don't know if I agree with the whole kid Omni-Man thing, especially since, yeah, Omni-Man did not do some very good things. But I imagine to Oliver, like, you know, at a young age, he probably still considers his dad somewhat of a hero, so I don't really blame the kid.
He told me the was for Oliver.
Cecil, I can never trust you with either Mark or Oliver's lives, no matter what.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch indeed, Cecil, but no offense, buddy, you do kind of deserve it after a lot of the lying and manipulation things you've pulled.
Oliver, you gotta look out for other people.
Okay, I'm pausing specifically right here because we see Oliver in Mark's old, like, original superhero costume, which I absolutely love. And I'm looking forward to see how Mark mentors his younger half-brother because, you know, he had Omni-Man as a mentor, which we kind of all know how that turned out. So we're going to see how Mark takes up the mantle of being the teacher now. He was once the student, now he's, I don't know if I'm ready to call him a master yet, but he's definitely a teacher. And you know, not all of Omni-Man's lessons were bad. Like, for example, right here, Mark is talking about how he's got to be mindful of other people, and Omni-Man pretty much told Mark the same thing, you know? You caused a lot more damage than you needed to. You know, be careful, be mindful of what's around you. So I'm curious to see which of the lessons Omni-Man passed on to Mark that Mark will pass on to Oliver, as well as lessons that Omni-Man didn't pass on, such as, like, morals and being good and righteous and all that stuff.
People.
You guys are in big trouble.
Oh, you want to call for help?
I mean, one thing that Mark should definitely teach Oliver is to not take on the Mauler twins by yourself, because they can be deceiving with their strength.
Too bad.
You're outnumbered.
And outclassed.
And out of luck.
And now I say something.
Good old Shapesmith. I will never get sick of that guy. And right here in this scene, we get a little bit of insight into the prison scenes with Alan and Omni-Man. I was hoping we'd see more of that in the last season, and then the breakout. I mean, the breakout will probably happen this season, and I love a good old-fashioned prison break. But either way, I'm excited to see their friendship form, because I remember in the comics, I haven't read the comics, I've only watched videos about the comics. I'm definitely telling the truth. I remember in the comics that Alan and Omni-Man became really good friends in their time during prison, so I'm excited to see some of that here in the show.
With you on our side, we can win this war. I'm not on anyone's side. I disgraced my people. So help me, Mark, and whatever that other kid's name is, stop the Empire.
And then right here we see a male duplicate, I think. Here, let's go frame by frame. Yeah, this is a male duplicate, unless Kate, like, I don't know, cloned herself and it was a male by total chance. I don't know. I'm not sure.
What are you hiding in here?
The White Room is for my protection.
Protection from what?
From you, Mark.
Damn, Cecil. That's not necessary, bro. You're on the same side. You know, you're both trying to defend the Earth. You want to do it in different ways, but that doesn't mean you have to, you know, be at each other's throats all the time.
Is that all you got? I will never work for you again. We're done.
Honestly, Mark, I don't really blame you.
It's time for a change.
And then, yes, this is my favorite part. This is my favorite part. Yes, yes, yes.
More ways than one.
We finally see Mark's blue and black suit.
You look amazing.
I don't know. Feels a little serious.
It definitely looks a little serious, I'll say that, Mark. But yes, we finally see Mark's black and blue costume, which was foreshadowed in the intro credits of season 2, and man, that design is sick looking. I hope Mark gets the new suit either towards the start of the season or alternatively at the very end towards the big climactic finale. And that's the new Invincible trailer. Holy crap, I am excited for this. If you've been around my channel for a little bit, you'll know that we're big fans of Invincible around here. I made a whole series on season 2, and I cannot wait to talk about season 3. Gonna be generally the same sort of vibe. Obviously, this time I'll have the face cam on, so I don't have to use a PNG of myself to sort of quote-unquote articulate myself. And overall, when we talk about season 3, it's gonna be my quote-unquote highest production value of a review series so far. I think aside from seeing Mark in his new suit, something I'm particularly excited for is seeing Mark mentor Oliver, because I want to see how Mark takes up the mantle of teacher. You know, we all know how Omni-Man was as a teacher. He did pass on some good lessons, but he wasn't the most friendly / positive reinforcing type of guy. And I'm hoping Mark does the opposite, where he still teaches the good lessons, still, you know, disciplines his brother, but gives that positive reinforcement where he needs it. I have absolutely no clue what's up with this male duplicate. I know that Duplicate and Immortal hooked up, and I'm curious if maybe this is their kid? but that wouldn't make any sense, would it? Or again, maybe Kate duplicated herself and it somehow turned into a male version? I don't know. I have no idea. And of course, right here, we have Debbie giving Cecil just the, hey, stay away from my kids after everything you've done. And I don't really exactly blame her for this because, you know, Cecil, he tries to be nice on the outside and like put on a good face, but underneath he's kind of, his primary goal is saving the world and protecting it. And I cannot fault the guy for that. But man, he is, well, as he put it, he's a liar, a really good liar. And then there's the whole meme with Cecil's teleporting costing billions of dollars in taxpayers' dollars. What was the exact mathematical calculations of like how much his teleporting cost? I'll put it up on screen right now, but I love that that has become a meme. I feel like that's just such a great meme. As for other things to expect in season 3, I expect we'll probably be seeing, well, we better be seeing Mark and Eve either move toward a relationship with each other or at least begin one. I want to see some allusions at minimum to that because I love those two. And I am not a romantic type. I'm not really into those kinds of storylines, but Mark and Eve, yes. Yes, all in on red. If Mark and Eve are red, I'm going all in on red. Another detail I noticed at this part of the trailer with quote-unquote kid Omni-Man was that if we just go forward right here, we see Art cover his face when he talks. And he does that trick they talked about in season 2 when they talked about animation and how difficult it can be and how they can cut corners, and how one way of doing it is having people cover their mouths so they don't have to animate the talking. Either way though, it seems like Mark and Cecil are going to be going head to head in this, and I feel like I vaguely remember something about them not really getting on too well in the comics later on, and I guess if that was the case, we're probably going to be seeing some of that here in the show. Either way, what do you think about this new trailer for Invincible Season 3? I am freaking hyped, especially for Mark's new costume. I cannot wait to see the black and blue. Where is it? I cannot wait to see this in the show. I'm so excited for this. But please share your thoughts in the comments below about what you think about the Invincible Season 3 trailer. Oh man, I'm just so excited. I cannot say it enough times. Someone count how many times I said I'm so excited in this video, and I'll pin your comment. Once again, the new season is dropping on February 6th, so keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna be making tons of videos on it. Maybe I'll even do one collective video of where I talk about my overall, like a retrospective after the whole season's out. Maybe I'll do a retrospective on season 3. No idea yet. Either way, I think that's all I have to say about this trailer. If you want to stick around and see me talk about Invincible Season 3, then consider dropping a sub. I know it's like a meme for YouTubers to be like, oh, be sure to hit the like and sub button, guys. But seriously, hit the sub button. If we hit 10,000 subs, 10,000 subs by the end of 2024, I will be getting my first tattoo in celebration, as well as publicly humiliating myself in a little side bet I have with someone. So if you want to see me get some ink on my skin, as well as publicly humiliate myself, please drop a sub. And if you want to show me a little bit of extra support, then consider becoming a channel member. I know if you're a pre-existing viewer who's been here for a while, you're probably sick of hearing me shill these things. But by becoming a member, you genuinely do help me continue to make videos. The extra support, like, it goes a lot further than you realize. You directly support me in helping me continue to make videos for this channel, because that's what I want to do. I want to keep making videos for this channel. So if you want to help me do that, then please consider becoming a member, and you get a whole bunch of cool extra rewards in return, and everybody's happy in the end. But shout out to the members, absolute legends. But I think that's gonna do it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, have a good day, everyone.